Welcome back to the channel, and on the day before college football 25 drops, I wanted to get your thoughts on how we should design our coach for our very first dynasty. All over YouTube, you can get the same old college football content. While I love watching rebuilds as much as the next guy, I wanted to offer you all a little something different going into this year's game. So stick with me as I describe what input you will have in molding our coach and who they will become. I hope you all like this style of content as I've been wanting to bring it to fruition for a really long time. If it doesn't pique your interest, stay tuned for our Road to Glory series we have going live here later this week. I'm really glad you're here, and I hope you enjoy the video. To give a little bit more insight, I wanted to bring to life a college coach that has a really curated identity that you all helped me create. This coach will specialize in certain areas, recruit certain players, and even coach the team you all choose. So stick around until the end to get some idea of what we are choosing, and then head over to the community page to vote on the specific aspects of the coach we are designing. Every football coach has their very own identity, from Mike Leach with the infamous air raid offense to Jim Harbaugh's ability to develop talent, or even Nick Saban's knack for bringing in elite talent every year. We first need to identify what our coach archetype will be. The three options are going to be motivator, recruiter, or tactician. I'm sure at this point most of you know generally what these do, but for those that don't, here's a little bit of an explanation listed on the screen. Pause to read at your convenience. Next up, we need to choose what our coaching brand will be. While each coach has a different background, they all got brought up in a similar way. Grad student or player, to position coach, then to offensive or defensive coordinator. I know this is very generalized, but I wanted to keep this video brief. So with that being said, how did our coach make it to this point? Option one, he was an offensive-minded guy. He made offensive coordinator at the school after being the quarterback coach as well. This option gives boost to wide receivers and quarterbacks for the specific archetype tree. When I say boost, we'll need to focus on these specific categories first before moving to any other in that grouping. To keep it simple, any quarterback or related abilities need to be 2 levels above the others before it can be progressed. So that will severely limit how high we can get certain non-quarterback or wide receiver abilities in our dynasty. Option 2 is still offensive, but we'll focus on the run game and develop the O-line and running backs faster. Option 3 has us brought up defensively, and we coach the linebacker room. We get a boost to linebackers and linemen. The last option is option 4 is the DB's coaching tree. On this one, we get boost to our development of cornerbacks and safeties. The last thing a coach really needs to bring their identity together is their pipeline. Coaches have been notorious for always getting kids well outside their state's borders because they have developed such a relationship there throughout their many years leading up to being a head coach. Since there are 50 pipelines in this list, I cannot make a poll, so I'm leaving it up to you all to choose it for me. Leave a comment below on what pipeline you would like to see used, since we do not know for sure what states will be split into more than one. Just select the state you want to see and I will break it down if necessary. The comments with the most likes will win. I'm trusting you all to not give me Idaho on this one, so please don't screw me over. And lastly, I'm giving you all the option to select the school we will start our dynasty with. While we will grow to love this school over our years there, like any coach that dreams for greatness, we will need to move on to bigger and better programs. But every coach starts with their roots somewhere, whether it's Nick Saban at Kent State or Jim Harbaugh at Western Kentucky. Everyone starts small. With that being said, I narrowed it to 4 options for you all to select from. Starting with the most obvious, we have Kennesaw State, ULM Warhawks, Nevada Wolfpack, or the UTEP Miners. While we do not have the official ratings for these teams, we can assume they are not at the top of the board in terms of prestige. Before you go, be sure to head over to the community page to vote on the type of coach you want to see. Also drop a comment for the pipeline on the video below. With that, we can wrap this one up. I appreciate you all a ton, and I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to stay tuned for the first video of our head coach dynasty, the Road to GO.A.T, tomorrow evening after the game drops. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next one.